Alright. Alright. Oh, that sucks. Well, I won. Somehow. No. I know what that is. No. I'm so proud of me. Gotta finish teabagging here. Yep. Got the blicky. I remember everything. There's a camo around here. And I think I'm good. Am I Gucci? I'm Gucci. That's nice. That's real nice. Ah, look at these guns. Could I have ran away from that the whole time? Alright, I think I'm good. Yep. Where is it? I want to see where I fell from. I fell from heaven. Now I'm confused. I am so confused right now. Am I in a new part of this? So I went up there. Ah, right. Okay, right. I was supposed to... Okay. And I was down there. I see now. Got it. I'm a genius. This is absolutely disgusting. Look at this unsanitary workstation. With these cheap-ass gaming headsets. But holy shit, the setup is insane. What is this? Jewels. Says I'm here, right? Let me see. Give me a second, audience of 0. Oh, there I am. Tell me if that works for use of meteor battles. What a crazy way to close off the game. And the floor. Oh, I was almost gonna put this ammo. Gotta keep the blicky loaded. Pulled out my blick and I don't miss.
Finally.
Look at her. God. Oh, yeah.
Up there.
Now I gotta put you on my laptop, nigga. Man, no problem.
Okay.
No problem. I don't know if you can hear me yet, but... Get out. I want to show this. There she is. Look at that mug. Let me see. That's a perfect trade-off. And this is where I fell. Okay, cool. Realism 100. Yo, right. Okay, so here's gonna be the saddest part. You're going to see this stuff, but there's like a 20-second delay. So if I don't respond to you right away, apologies. Apologies.
Almost there.
This is Seattle, Washington! I don't know why. It's because you're from Washington is why I got so excited. But yeah, there's a flood because I heard it rains a lot over there, you know? And this is what happens when you don't have construction and the governments be like, oh, we should probably fix that. Look at all this water. Oh, so no, it's not even a 20-second delay. It's maybe like a 10-second delay. Because as I'm talking, you're hearing me, I think. What's in here? I'd be nervous if I were her. So as you can see, the mechanics of this is pretty well. By the way, that is you. I just want to remind you, that is you, Sierra. I should have put the name on Sierra on here. Look at that iconic Seattle thingy. By the way, I think the Death Note remake... Oh my god, am I going to the ocean? This is exotic. I'm just gonna see what happens if I keep going this way. I bet it's gonna give like an invisible barrier that won't let me do it. Yep, I knew it! Okay, scripted event. No, Ellie. Ellie tings. And there goes my boat. But where's my boat? And there goes my boat. I'm trying to go up. Oh, okay. There it is. I thought I was gonna die. Seattle again.
I can make it.
Have you been to Seattle? I can't remember if you said it to me or not, but have you been to Seattle? Can you imagine how much endurance it takes to just get through all this? Look at all this water. Damn, the game really did a good job of making sure I wasn't going to be able to go over there. But I wonder if I can go over there. I'm not going to waste the time, but I will definitely come back to that on the second playthrough. And go over there. Look at all this potential, what did they call that? Tinnitus? Something? Rust? Where the rust is bad. Okay. This isn't spooky. The beautiful marinas are... Oh, yeah. Okay, so, well, this is like the post-apocalyptic version of all that. Which is kind of cool, you know? This is, what I really like, is I feel like The Last of Us did a really good job of making you really explore the environment. I don't know. I feel like they just did a really good job of making it being like, hey, if you've been here before, you're here again, but in a really fucked up, nightmarish, Silent Hill kind of version, you know?
Okay. Ellie, where are you?
Man, that is fucking cool, isn't it? Ellie, I need you to run faster, dude. Like, I know you're tired. But still. We got a second person. I don't know who the fuck that is, but what's up? Probably gonna be here for like 15 seconds and go, but hey, in the meantime. Spooky.
Damn it.
Ah, wow, that's convenient. Gotta keep the blicky. Yep, I knew it. I knew you wouldn't make it this way. Ah, okay. If I must. Because the game always has to make things more complicated. Ah, yes. The broken glass, and I'm gonna go in here and some real creepy shit's gonna happen. A bunch of zombies. Real typical stuff, man. Real typical stuff. Wait, I see a comment on the thing, but I don't know who wrote that. But I got you. I gotta go look at that in a minute. The habit where I can't see shit. But that's supposed to be for, like, the thrill, you know? How long do you think it took for these animals to die out? I know that's a really dark topic, but I'm just speaking on some realism right here. Nobody's here to feed the squids. Oh. I thought that was a squid. I was about to say, that was so timed perfectly. I want us to all take time to really enjoy Ellie's breathing. The predators die last. Really? A couple months, you think? Well, that makes sense. I thought it'd be less than that. I don't know where to go. This game really just fucks up your sense of direction for a while. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop and look and maybe see if there's a window I have to break. Oh, well, that's convenient. No, I can't move that out the way. No, okay, whatever. Oh! Right. Spooky. Yeah, that is true. But I just feel like they're separated from each other, so that's the only thing that makes me question that. Another good question is, how stinky do you think this water is? With all the rust and metal inside of it. 19 years worth of metal to be specific. Well, not maybe 18. I don't know how long it took for this place to flood. But it happened. Okay, so, Sierra, fun fact. So do you see how this is like... Imagine there's no, like, drop here where the sink is. Imagine it's just one long pan. So when I first got to Fort Irwin in California, that desert-ass fucking place I was, military stuff, there was this, yo, how stinky is Ellie is a good question. That's a really good question. I'm pretty sure they don't even smell it anymore, it's just the natural juices. But, okay, so... This long thing, because how many people would be there at one time, was where, like, there was, like, the male urinal, so we'd walk up, and I could be pissing, and there might be, like, 5 other dudes pissing along over here, and it would just go all into, like, one big-ass drainage, and it was, disgusting. And they said that one time a soldier thought that was a place to wash your hands, and they tried to wash their hands, and it didn't work. Because when you press down on a certain button, it flushes all the water down, which makes you think it's a sink. And it was a female soldier who was cleaning the male latrine, and it just so happened that, yeah, she fucking washed her hands inside of a disgusting thing. Yo, man, and that's the worst part is I've had to pee with strangers. Imagine what level of bonding that is. It's like when two sim characters meet each other, but you don't realize you don't speak the same language. There's a bond, but it's a bond that makes you feel uncomfortable. No! And I gotta go back. That's what I get for pressing so many buttons at one time. Unless this is where I'm supposed to go, ADHD. It is! Oh, that's creepy. I hate that they did the storm thing on time. It was so timed perfectly. Listen, man. I'm happy that I'm not happy I'm killing you. Jesus Christ. That sounds terrible. I'm so happy to be ending your life. Be a laugh. Can I get back up there? Because there was more shit to see. Oh yeah, this is also a funny mechanic. So look. Can you imagine just going through the apocalypse like this?
Where the fuck are you?
I did this for maybe the first half hour. Like the first half hour of this game I spent... What is this? Galloping? Gallop? What is the word? Gallop something? Ooh. Oh. There's some shit in here, I know it. Ah, but it's locked, which means that there's an alternate way there for some shit. For some loot. Oh, I see. We'll let that sink in for a second. We will let that sink in for a second. Alright. This is disgusting. You're right, Ellie must smell like shit. You're straight doo-doo. And we're crawling. God, these graphics are sexy. Oh. Oh. Oh, wow, that is so interactive. Ah! Yeah, of course! That's what I mean by my scream. Of course! And there's gonna be zombies. No! Oh! I fucking hate dogs in this game! Why is this mechanic? I gotta kill you now! Ah, there's gonna be scary human beings. Ah. Fuck you, Fido. You make me mad! Booga booga booga! I hope you watch Courage the Cowardly Dog. Oh, wonderful. I thought was there a dog here. There must be, like, people around with, like, doing stuff. You're not ready for the blick. Woo! Talk about a scare.
God.
Ah, yes. They were getting a checkup. Ah, yes, stats. That's a schedule, isn't it? That's a planner. Courage the Cowardly Dog was the shit, and we just ended its life. So, there's that. There's that as a fun fact. Oh! You can tell I'm not aware of my surroundings. Ellie, really? You could imagine being the voice actor, and they're like, alright, do some, exacerbated breathing, and you're like, you gotta, like, warm yourself up. Oh, that'd be stressful. Oh, people were sleeping. Guns? A new gun? New gun, maybe? It's a fucking coin. Firefly.
Really?
Terrell Owens. Oh, yeah. Writing in the journal while in the rain. Yeah, you just gotta get yourself fucking tired. Super tired. That's part of the warm-up. Locked. Alternate route, maybe? More vents, because that's convenient. Oh, that was a big,
People don't come back from that island.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ellie / Sierra's about to do her thing!
Go back.
Let him know, Sierra.
Fuck you.
No, fuck you! Hands
Where's
up in
Abby?
the air. Wave them like you just don't care.
That girl from Jackson.
Tell me where she went.
How do we know you won't kill us?
Give her what she wants and we're dead.
You guys can survive this. I just need her.
Bullshit.
I will say this: she could scare the shit out of her because she clearly wants to give the info by shooting the guy.
Come here.
If you shoot the guy,
Fucking
it'll
get
scare
over
the fuck
here.
out of her.
Point to where she is on this map. And then you.
She learned that from Joel, by the way, in the
Better
first
fucking
one.
match up.
What are you doing?
She's probably dead anyway.
It is not worth it.
Stop!
We can talk
Back
about
the fuck up!
Uh-oh. You don't want to mess with Ellie when she's got the blip,
Point to where she is.
the glizzy, the tool.
Fucking Christ!
Ba 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 ba! Quick time event. Hell yeah. Bruce Lee. Rush hour. Press square a lot, I guess. Yep, that was really easy, I guess. Or do I hold it? Or do I press it? Do I hold it or do I press? They don't even let you know. Okay, press it. You're about to die. Oh, and now we can't get information because you killed the only place we could have gotten your information. She's really bad at this. Joel got the information.
Tell me where Abby is.
Jeez.
Where the fuck is she?
Oh. Oh yeah, I pressed it. He's not going to tell you. Talk about loyalty. That's the kind of friends you need. Friends that will take a knife to the neck. I don't know where you could find this kind of. She's pregnant, dude. Killed a baby. Wow. Talk about PTSD. So as a psych major, imagine what that's doing to her fucking mental right now. Oh!
Whoa. Hey.
Can't just sneak up on people like that, ponytail. It's Tommy! That's Joel's brother, by the way.
Come on, let's go.
And that sexy Asian guy who I've been referring to as sexy Asian guy this entire time.
It's alright.
Well, yeah, that is true. I guess at that point it's like, what's a baby? What's a baby added to the list of the amount of people I've killed? That's oh, that's fucked up. Sexy Asian man and fucking Joel knockoff. Joel from Wish.com. That's what I refer to my siblings as. If people want to get the Ben experience, they just have to resort to the Wish.com experience. Oh, so they're in a relationship, but she's also pregnant by sexy Asian guy. So you can see where there becomes an awkward Will Smith triangle thing going on here. Yeah. That's the Asian guy who was dating her girl. Yes! See, look at that. You on game. You know. She's so sleepy. Ah, look at the blick. I like to refer to that weapon as the blick. It just has such a ring to it. The blick. The blick. Can I point my gun at you? I'm sorry, that's dark, but I was just curious. You gotta know the mechanics of the game, you know? So this is all 19 years old. That means this has all been here, right? I feel like they should have added a little bit of webbing. I'm just nitpicking here, okay? Maybe this tissue shouldn't really be sitting up so nicely the way it is. Unless tissues do that. Oh, I was wondering if I could point my blick at her. I just was curious. Swinging Mererere. Riff of Mererere. Okay. Yeah, these mirrors would be way worse, wouldn't they? Mirror. Miras. Mira. And this radiator so well kept. This is actually really cool the way they did all this. And whoever installed this TV did a phenomenal job 19 years later. No, you're good. You don't have to thank me. Look at all these props! This is so cool, dude. They did such a good job with this game. Anybody who hates this game, fuck them. Sneaky. Okay, enough sightseeing for now. Gotta leap into action. Can you imagine if you did that everywhere you went? You just got a running head start like that. Just everywhere you went, just got up out the chair. Sexy Asian man and Wish.com. Yes, the artwork is fucking insane. They did such a good job with this game.
What are you guys doing up?
Couldn't sleep.
Come take a look at this. Thought is
Oh yeah, sexy Asian guy has a cool accent, by the way.
We're in Fall City by tomorrow. We're doing good. Hey. They got what they deserved.
Goddamn right, they do.
But she gets to live.
Yeah.
Oh, they're giving up the search for Abby. So they said the other problem with this game, the other criticism, is the eye for an eye makes the world go blind concept that we all understand. But the funny thing is, this world's already
I'm
fucked.
really not looking forward to going through Idaho again.
Nope, I'm not.
What you should be
either.
worried about is what Maria's gonna do to you when we get home.
Oh, that
You've
sounds
been
kind of
told.
hot.
However, when I was passing through some ritzy section of town, come across this necklace. It sparkles a lot. I think it's real gold.
You think it's real gold?
It's real gold.
Yup.
Let's see it.
Fucking Sierra knows about her.
I know what gold looks like.
You. I
If
wish I
it's
could high
legit, can
five
we
you
say
right
it's from
now.
all of
Here,
us?
here, this is for you.
Ah,
That's for you.
find your own damn bribes.
You take that. That's for you right there. Not a lot of people I feel like know that shit. It does though. Sexy Asian man's having a moment. Terrible. I killed a baby. High fives.
Fine.
But she wasn't fine. Morgan Freeman voice. But she wasn't fine.
Thanks for coming
I
back.
wish I could do a good Morgan Freeman. But she
My friend's
wasn't
problems with my
fine. Yeah, dude.
You're such a sap.
Ca-
I don't
Catholic
know how to-
buddies. I'm just thinking about all of the cool
My
sampled
friends can't get
sounds
out
you
their
can
own
get
damn
from
way.
Catholic shit. Like the music. Because I could sample that, flip that, and just turn that shit into a sexy rap song. Ave Marie! A classic. The Black! Oh, did they kill Sexy Asian Man?
Stand up!
Oh!
There, I shoot this one too.
No!
Do it, Ellie. Get out of here.
Stand up! Now!
Don't you fucking
Killed my fucking H&M model. God, her arms are wonderful.
Stop! Stop!
You
Toss your
fucking
weapon.
ugly Leonardo DiCaprio
Toss
motherfucker.
your weapon!
She killed Joel, by the way. I hate this game.
I know how you killed Joel. He did what he did to save me. There is no cure because of me. I am the one that you want. Just let him go.
You killed my friends.
I'm so mad.
We let you both live.
An eye for an eye makes the world go blind. Oh. Oh, my hands are sweaty. My hands are very sweaty right now. Conveniently sweaty.
Dad?
Please don't start us back to the beginning.
Dad!
Oh, now they're making us play as Abby. Yo, look how pretty Seattle is. Is this Seattle? It's not Seattle, is it? Can't remember where this is. Or Wyoming. Wow, look at all the nature. So now it's 14
Dad!
years past the apocalypse. By the way, I wanted to, you just get nothing but high fives today, Sierra. I want to point out, by the way, you saw her guns, right? Do you see the gains she made in 4 years? Like, yeah, she's got guns, but she doesn't have the fucking blicks. She's got the blicks. Ah, there's vomit on her sweater already, Mom. Dude, if she kills fucking Ellie, I'm gonna delete this game. I don't know where to go, because I'm angry. I'm, flustered. There's more words that I can find here. I'm,
Dad, come on!
befuddled? Does that work?
You can't keep doing this.
Help me out here. How are we feeling right now?
Dad!
We're not good. That's for sure. It's so pretty out here. Is this a bathroom? It is a bathroom. No, fuck you. There's more shit to explore. Here we go, my ass. A thing. I forget what this is called. A fucking thing. A badobada. This is a badobada. It's nervous, but on the surface she looks calm and ready to drop. Oh yeah, look at this. Again. I don't know why that doesn't get old to me. But on the surface she looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But she keeps... Ah! Oh my god, this fucking game! No, nothing. Well, that was really anticlimactic. Wow. I'm kind of angry that all happened for no reason. She really is. She's got the guns for funds with the buns. Bars. Bro, these... I'm telling you, man. When I scream in a game, it's a different level of scream.
Okay. How am I getting over this fence?
I don't know, but why the fuck are you talking to yourself out loud like that? That's always been my biggest question in this video game. Video game characters conveniently always talk to themselves out loud. But can you imagine if they did it like an anime, where instead of talking to stuff out loud, it's the fucking reverb, it's like that huge echo you hear, and they do the... I don't know if you're into anime like that, or have we talked about that? Are you into anime like that? Okay, okay. Maybe? No? Ah, so we both are. We got a lot in common, dude. I'm pretty sure what happened was your family being from Philadelphia. It's that Philadelphia air, and that Philadelphia air becomes genetic. So you're technically like an honorary Philadelphian. Because you have very Philadelphia-like qualities. And I like that. I don't know where to go, and this is stressful. But I feel like it has something to do with a window and a dumpster. Haha! Yep. Convenient. I didn't even mean to pick that up.
Look at that. 1978.
You know, that's not a nice way of making us feel like we're old over here. No wonder she's got guns. She's got the guns for the funds with the buns. That's what I mean. Parkour!
It's not heavy.
I think we're good. I was about to answer your question and I honestly don't know. It's not kind of hot.
You got a little mud on you there, sweetheart.
No shit.
So do you?
Where?
Right there.
Oh, surprises.
You know, every time you run off like this, they give me shit about it.
Come on.
Believe it or not, they actually care about your safety.
These woods are safe.
Dad.
Okay, so I think she only cares because
Right on the other side of the trees.
it's like
And?
it's like the same concept for when I don't know, like when we see shit from like the 1950s and 60s. On top of that, the world ending probably makes shit so much more what's the word? Like interesting. Oh, I was trying not to burp there. And I don't know, like what is the word? The phrases or the stories that I'm looking for. My brain autocorrects itself, so when I talk, just know that when I'm ing, it's because I'm autocorrecting my thoughts before I say the shit I say out loud. Okay, so there it is. My brain has it now. There's a part in The Last of Us where Ellie is going through some shit and was just like, oh, is this really all people had to worry about back then? Like, she's reading a book and she's basically going along the lines of asking Joel, like, girls only have to worry about boys and damn, I'm eyeing a lot right now. Boys and fucking sleepovers and who's the most popular girl, and to me and you it's like, well, yeah, that's just school life, you know, you worry about the social acceptance, but 14-year-old Ellie has the experience, the 14-year-old of whatever the fuck is going on in this game, you know, like, so to them it's that much more fascinating, even right down to a coin like currency, because they're going back to the barter system where it's like, I'll give you, I don't know, fucking 30 rounds in exchange for this because I need this, and then you just barter that way. So the idea of like currency to them is like, wah. But yeah, I think that's
She's
probably
due
why.
any day now. We'll just check on her and then we'll head back. I promise.
Let's just make it
This
quick.
guy's face is pissing me off, but at the same time I like his
See?
face.
I got my little girl to keep me safe.
Fuck you. Got my damn.
How'd you know I was here?
I
No
can
one ratted
smell
me out,
you.
didn't they?
He did his job.
All right,
Swear to secrecy.
No, you're good, man. You're good. I want to be able to
you
explain
to
as much as I can so you can enjoy this game too. I'm
I
gonna try to do
asked-
something that's game-breaking or immersive, like
Charlie cut through the blade.
just breaks the immersion. Hold on, you ready?
Hey. Look what I found.
See, look at this. Wow. Meanwhile, he comes from this time period.
1978.
Look at this.
Don't have that one in my collection.
You can keep it.
Oh, he's
If
in the
you
coins.
promise not to pull anything like
Well, that
this
makes
again.
sense. Hashtag bunch of things. Yes,
Get
dude,
yourself a
exactly.
deal.
Why don't I believe you?
No reason I could think of.
You probably broke a bunch of
Come on.
promises before, and
Let's
now
keep
she has
looking.
trust issues. Alright,
Dad.
Relax.
now if I
You'll
did
be
this
back
after
with
we
Owen
met,
before you know it.
how would you feel?
Wait, what?
But in the game, they don't
Nothing.
question it.
Just
And I can do this.
noticed you two have been
And
hanging out.
he's like, oh yeah, it's just my daughter
More
crawling
so
around like a
usual.
fucking turtle.
We work together.
I'm so sneaky.
Abs. It's fine.
Abs?
I love
Right, because her name's Abby. That makes it way funnier. I'm a slithery little
Oh,
snake.
no.
Your dad. I see things. Like the way you both try really, really hard not to look at each other when you're around me. You get all serious. It's very cute.
I can't handle this.
And he makes you laugh.
That's because he's such an idiot.
He's hot.
I just like how he's extra nice to me.
Slippery
Gets all nervous when he has to keep me in check.
So, you're
Yeah,
taking
speaking of
advantage
snakes, I mean, it's not really a snake, but
Me?
you know, it's the concept.
Never.
That's a hippo, right? Yeah. Did you ever play Hungry Hippo? It's such a great game. Slippery snake. Sleep. Oh, now he's doing it. Welcome to the club. By the way, I don't know if you've ever crawled this long, but this really does work for the abs. That is not a pun. Yeah, it's a hippo. It's a hippo. Oh, it's a whale thingy. That's confusing. Oh,
Abs, look.
stop calling me abs. I don't know why, but it's
First
bothering me.
tracks.
Wait, this is just your sneaky way of giving me a tracking lesson, isn't it?
I would never. Is it working?
Well, I mean, found you.
Yeah, but you cheated.
You do what you need to do to get it done.
Wow. You actually listen.
You have your moments of wisdom.
I hate when people talk to me like that. You know what I wish?
Let's see if we can find
I wish there was a
anything else.
mod where you can, like, I don't know, like, edit the vocals of what they're saying so that everyone has a lisp. Can you imagine them all aiming guns at each other? With a lisp. We need the dialogue so that way we can replace it with a lisp. Because I
See
don't want
anything
to
else?
do a shitty
Not
attempt
yet.
of all that, but it's just a thought, you know?
Keep looking.
Wait, what are we looking for? I zoned out of everything we just talked about in this game. Yeah. Or Batman with the lisp. Oh, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking for. But what I do know is I know that I don't know. I am pretty confused. Do you know what we're looking for? Oh, well that's probably what we're looking for.
Dad, I found something.
Oh my god.
It's bubblegum.
She already gave birth. And look, 2 sets of tracks.
Dad?
It's her. Let's go.
That doesn't sound
Time to
good.
kill the bubblegum
No,
queen.
she's in pain.
You'll be in pain soon. Do you want me to tell you who this person is by any chance? Because I already know who this is.
Come on.
It's not nasty. It's
What if they
bubblicious.
infect it
The bubblish flavor. Oh my god, look at her
around?
eyes.
They wrong. Of course.
I'm not worried.
I can't talk to you when I'm busy looking for collectibles.
Oh shit. Abs.
Abs. I just gotta get used to it, I guess. Oh my god, I don't care. Can we just kill some people?
We gotta cut her loose.
No, you good.
It's okay.
Ow. Ow, ow, ow.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Oh. That's so sad.
It's okay.
Oh.
It's really in there.
Oh, stop doing that, zebra.
Abs, come here.
Madagascar just got a whole lot darker.
I'm gonna hold her.
Okay.
Calm down, calm down.
Please don't make me quick time event.
Over here, Owen.
Dude, I know. I think they'll be able to get her out.
What? Hey, get over here and help me hold her. We need you back up.
Ah, that's bothering me. Can you imagine how much that's digging into her meat? His meat? Her meat? That sounds kind of dirty.
Hey, you got her tight? Yeah. All right. Get in there, Abs. Steady.
Ow, 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 ow. Ow, no. Oh, you got an ass. Thick.
Holy fuck. Everybody's looking for you.
Holy fuck.
Hey, wait.
You got an ass.
What's going on?
Come on.
Zebra kind of thick though. Hell yeah, we're jogging now, ladies and gentlemen. We're jogging. Aww.
You did good back there. Doc,
Thickums and little thickums.
that girl showed up. What girl? The one Marlene keeps talking about.
Look, this is important,
Found her
dude.
in the tunnels. She has an
So
old bite
listen,
mark on her
wait.
arm.
I'm gonna pause this so we can catch you up to speed. Okay, Sierra, do you know the synopsis for The Last of Us? The original The Last of Us. Oh, and by the way, I have a PS4 behind me just sitting here. I really wish you lived in Philly. I'd drop this shit off for you to use. That's the part that sucks. Wait, so you are ready? You know, okay, you do. Okay, so you want me to break it down for you? Got you. Okay, time to break it down. Alright, so, you know the funny part is there's a delay. So as you break it down, there's like a delay in which you're just like Tina from Bob's Burger. Anyway, let me take a sip of my energy drink first. So, when I was a young boy, I'm kidding. So, the cordyceps fungus is an actual, like, look, I'm not scientist shit, so whatever I say, it's probably wrong, but it's kind of right, okay? You know how you get, like, half credit for an answer? Just go with this. Alright, so, the cordyceps fungus is a real actual fungus that I think it exists amongst, like, 66 different types of species of living organism, I don't know, but the most common one that people use, for example, are ants. So a colony of ants all do colony of ant things. I'm sure you watched the movie Ants. Very strong depiction of what ants do. And this fungus in particular, when I guess it gets into the respiratory system, it slowly, I guess, from my understanding, like it hijacks the brain. It causes the ant to lose, it breaks its pattern from what it normally does. And I think in this video game, I don't know if it does it amongst the ants, but in this video game, the humans become extremely violent and agitated. So they're not technically zombies; they're just infected. Now, this fungus leads people to act irrational, act violent, or in this case with the ants, they act irrational and they go off and do their own thing. And when the fungus starts to run its course, it actually starts to grow through its head. It grows so the ant will be already like super fucking sick and shit like that. And afterwards, by the way, can you imagine Neil Druckmann, the creator of all this, is listening to me? He's like, man, he's fucking this up. So, oh wait, do you know what it is? Because you're typing something, you might know what it is. Okay, so you do know what it is. Okay, so listen. Matter of fact, type up, I'm going to shoot it to you while I'm talking. I'm going to look up the virus. The virus is fucking disgusting. Gotta spell shit out. It's fungus. Here it is. This is disgusting. So when the ant or the parasite or whatever, when the fungus runs its course, it kills off its host. It finds the fungus finds a cool place for because fungus thrives in cooler environments, cool, moist environments. So when you've seen in this game where there's all that fungus and shit laying everywhere, that's what that is. At some point, the infected found like a really I guess a cool place for it to thrive, and it will die there, and it will release spores, and then the fungus will continue to grow, releasing spores. Now, any ants that come into contact with this, breathing it in, it goes into their respiratory system, and it spreads rapidly. There's been like little docu-series of different shit like this, and it'll show an entire colony of ants like ceasing, is that a word? They cease to exist. They're no longer around. Now, that's all because of this virus. Now, the video game, their take on this. Oh, by the way, what makes this fucking creepy, which is like commonly known as the zombie virus, the fact that this is a real virus, and the only reason why it can't affect us if we were to breathe in the fungus is it hasn't like what is it? I forget the word, but it's like it crosses over species to species. You know how like I think they said even COVID-19 is a virus that has existed already, but there was I guess it mutated and now can affect humans or make humans sick. Just like anything, you know, it's like it can make people. If this could literally happen, technically, yeah, there you go. Like it can actually technically happen. That's the freaky part about this game. Why this game is more interesting than your average infected or zombie game, because it's based off of a real virus that I just showed you on Google Maps. Long story short, the game starts out with Joel, and Joel lives in, what is a kennel cough virus? But I'm gonna read it while you write to me. So Joel lives in Austin, Texas, with his daughter. I forget. I think it's Alice or something like that. The virus breaks out, and you are actually playing from the perspective of the daughter. She wakes up. She's with her father, spending time together, Joel, and it's her birthday. And Joel basically tells her to go to bed, go relax for the night. She goes to bed. She wakes up in the middle of the night, goes looking for her father, and while everything's happening, there's a news thing, and it feels real like what's the word? You know that word for when it's like, oh, we expected that? Kind of breaks the immersion a little bit. There's a news report about what's going on, that people are acting violent and they don't know what's going on, and they're biting people, attacking people. If you are bitten or in any way, as you know with zombies, it like infects you. So if you breathe in the spores, it affects you. If the saliva from the zombie gets onto you, that it infects you and things like that. COVID-19 has a strain that is responsible for kennel cough and doggos. Oh, I did not know that. So a lot of the time when you bring your dog to the vet, it will come home with a cough. That's the one. So yeah. Oh, I didn't know that's creepy. So yeah. So now you see how real this could technically get, like if it really kind of crossed over in that way. Long story short, Joel and her daughter, Joel ends up getting the daughter, and Tommy, which is what you just saw, Tommy, gets the daughter away, and they try to evacuate out of Austin, Texas. Now, the number one thing that you know that happens is traffic jams. Traffic jams will definitely happen where people are all leaving at one time, there's an accident, maybe somebody's infected, they get sick in the car. So they end up getting stuck within the like outer part of Austin, Texas. Joel and Tommy try to escape, but can't because there's a bad car accident. Now you go from playing in the perspective of Joel's daughter to playing as Joel. Joel picks up the daughter, and they run and try to escape from the city. As they're escaping from the city, they end up coming across a soldier who ends up saving them from a group of infected that were chasing after them. The soldier gets orders to shoot any civilians. So like basically, I think that's martial law. So he thinks that he's about to get saved when his daughter ends up getting shot and dying in his arm. Tommy luckily has a gun and shoots the soldier, killing the soldier and saving Joel, but now the daughter bleeds out in Joel's arms. 14 years later, so mind you, Ellie is being born. Ellie is 14. 14 years later, Joel is living in Boston as a smuggler, and he's done, it's been, what's the word? There's like a lot of like insinuation that Joel has done some terrible fucking things, and you find this out through the game, that he's not necessarily a good guy or a bad guy, but like everyone, like you said, that this is the world that they live in. He's a survivor, and anybody who's been surviving for 14 years in this world, in a world where one bite can affect you, breathing in the spores can infect you, you're fucked. So everybody's probably had their fair share of dirt. Joel works illegally as a smuggler, and in exchange, the bartering system, it's like, oh, okay, he will take a package, and this package he'll deliver from like one safe zone to another. And by the way, they have like safe zones that are still up, that after the military declared martial law, and then would try to get things under, and any civilians who were alive, they took them in if they weren't infected. And Joel's just surviving. There's one where you go with your friend named Tess, and Tess gets a contract from the Fireflies, The Fireflies is this militia group that is completely against, kind of like what you would consider a terrorist organization amongst the United States, quote-unquote terrorist organization, when in reality it's just a group with a different ideology who's just trying to survive the same way you are. The Fireflies is hell-bent on breaking down these government systems and trying to move in a sense of freedom instead of in a sense of oppression, even in this world, because what they want to do, their ultimate goal is to establish a society where people can live safely. So, but the government doesn't want that because the government is still upholding the law the best they can, even though it's not really a government anymore, it's just more the military. So, they get this weird request from the Fireflies. The Fireflies tell them, okay, we have a package for you to deliver from Boston to, I think, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere where you are, like, not far from where you are. I think where you see this right here, I'm going to pause it so you see what I'm talking about.
Signs
This,
of infection.
I believe, is somewhere in, like, fucking, not far from Washington. Let me put it that way. I think it's, like, I really can't remember. I want to say, like, Wyoming or something. I don't know. It's far as shit. So, the package that they get is a little girl. This little girl's name is Ellie. And the at first, the Fireflies is a dope ass thing. So, actually, remember the name Owen? That was a Firefly pendant, like dog tags. So that was to show that you were part of the Fireflies when you had that dog tag or the pendant. So, long story short, they're saying, hey, we need you to deliver this package. Joel feels really uncomfortable about, no, definitely not Nevada. Definitely not Nevada. But I know it was far as shit. I'd have to Google it. So, long story short, Joel feels really uncomfortable about the idea of delivering an actual little girl. And he's like, this is like a death mission, because how the fuck are we going to babysit a girl across dealing with bandits, dealing with other smugglers, dealing with sick fucking people? And Tess is like, look, let's just do it. This is almost like a favor for the friend, because Tess has a pretty good relationship with one of the leaders of the Firefly. Okay, Googling. That will help me along with this. So, Joel eventually reluctantly agrees, but is very, very cold towards Ellie. Doesn't want to show love to Ellie. At some point, they get caught up with the military who's been after them this whole time, and they escape, because just as they're on the outer walls, Ellie and Joel get captured. They want to see, are they infected? So they put this temp gun next to their head. It shows that Tess is clean. It shows that Joel is clean. They're still going to be in huge trouble for trying to escape the city. They get to Ellie. Sierra, they get to Ellie, and it shows she's infected. They immediately go to shoot her, and luckily they were able to, I forget how they escape, but Joel finesses the game, and they escape. They end up killing off the soldiers. And now, because they killed the soldiers, the military is after them, trying to get them back, bring them to justice. So, they end up getting caught up somewhere miles away from Boston, and while this all happens, Tess ends up getting infected. Yeah, you ready? So I'm gonna break that down in a second. So I'm gonna break that down towards the end, because I want to play everything in order. Because remember what your brother said, the DLC they released takes place before The Last of Us. Kind of. Like, it takes place after Joel and everything, like the 14 years later, but I would say this takes place maybe like 13 years later after the infected and everything. So I'll explain that at the very end. But she's infected. She's actually infected. But I will say this. So Tess ends up showing her bite mark to Joel and says, please just bring her to the Fireflies. Please deliver her there. Like, I just need this. And he's like, okay. So he only agrees as a final wish because him and Tess had a pretty good relationship. I guess like casual, like sex friends from the way they brought it up. Like, maybe there was a romantic relationship there, but it was only out of, human needs of like sexual desire. But outside of that, they were good friends. So they end up going into this subway, and in the subway, I also believe that Tess ends up saying what's actually going on, because Tess isn't the reason why they're delivering her. And Joel doesn't believe it, but Ellie ends up. Oh yeah, no, Ellie ends up. I'm sorry, no, that's what happens. Ellie ends up, or not Ellie. Joel ends up finding that Ellie is infected when they get their test results, the testing from the temp gun. That's what happened. I was like, did Tess tell them? But no, it wasn't that. And he freaks out. She shows the bite mark that's on her arm. So if you remember earlier in the game, there shows a tattoo. She got a tattoo over the bite mark. because she keeps lying to people, and she tries to keep a long sleeve on so people don't ask her why the fuck did you get that fucked up scar, because she has a bite mark that's on, like, I think her left arm, and it's of I think a butterfly or a moth or some kind of winged insect or something. But anyway, they end up going across the country. They go across the country, and a bunch of shit happens. They go to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Joel and her get caught up with bandits who are actually, like, killing people and taking their shit. Joel and Ellie end up meeting some good people. Yeah, the tattoo's sick. Joel, like, some good people, some bad people, some good people, some bad people. They end up in a state, I don't remember what the state is, and to meet up with Joel's brother, because the drop-off point, they were supposed to meet them in the subway. Are they in Colorado? It might have been that. I don't want to tell you where it is and isn't, because I might be wrong. But I know that it's somewhere, like, far away from Boston. They give you the idea. And it ends up taking, by the time they get to their destination, it's a year later. So they've been traveling for a year together. I believe it's a year. Because you go through summer, fall, winter, and then spring. They get there in spring, so almost a year. But, long story short, it's not really a long story short. They get to the point of contact at the subway, and they come to find out that the people that were supposed to take Ellie are dead. They died from infected actually attacking them. So he says the only way I can get in contact with the Fireflies is getting in contact with my brother Tommy, which is the guy that you just saw in the game that Abby was holding the gun over his head. Now you see why I'm getting emotionally invested with these people. It's like, please don't kill off the characters I give a shit about. So they end up making their way, like, across the country. Joel and Tommy did not leave off on good terms, because Joel thought of the idea of the Fireflies as like just a fool's errand, and Tommy thought about standing up for something. He liked the ideas and ideology of Fireflies, of standing up for the freedoms, and to try to maybe restore some level of humanity without the military trying to oppress everything. Oh, by the way, you do end up coming across places, like different towns and cities, where you see the safe zones end up falling to either the infected or to people rioting because they had enough of the military. So that's a fun fact to show you how oppressed they are. Because in the beginning of the game, people in the military are pulling people out of their houses, and if anybody tests positive, they just shoot them. Like, because they're like, if there's any reports, any idea of people snitching on each other, like if you leave a city, there's like severe consequences that could result in your death. So at some point, Joel and Ellie eventually get in contact with Tommy to say, hey, I need your contact for the Fireflies. He's like, look, the last place that I know of the Fireflies, they moved here. Like, they went to this college. Like, that's where they're camping out at. He says, okay. They end up parting ways. Tommy says, Joel, why don't you just stay here? He's like, no, I'm just going to get her delivered. I'm going. Originally, that was the thing. They end up having a disagreement, too. He was ready to leave Ellie in behind. Through all this stuff, remember I told you about the idea of Ellie showing her interest in, like, the little things in life. Like, you and I, like, say we're, like, kids and we have a sleepover at your house or my house, right? That to Ellie was fascinating. It's like, oh my god, people got to do that on a Friday night, like, versus them where they're confined to living a certain way, you know? Oh, and that's the big thing, is Joel starts to, by accident, see himself loving her as his daughter. In the beginning of the game, Ellie is this friendly, happy, energetic kid who's never really been outside of the city walls. She was always confined to, like, a safe zone city wall under the care of the Fireflies. Originally, she was in a military school to eventually become a Firefly, because they start the kids at an early age. As you can see, Abby here, Abby's a young girl. She's with the Fireflies. Anybody who's a Firefly gets trained. Ellie's mother, they don't specify how or what happened, ended up dying at an early age, so Ellie's mom's best friend took care of her. So imagine sheltered Ellie. You are definitely correct. Imagine sheltered Ellie seeing this world. So you have two opposing sides. One is a person who has a cynical look on society and sees that there's really no point to live on, but they're just living. And there's somebody else who has hope and tries to find the good in people. And over the course of time, you see that Ellie starts to lose trust in people, because there comes one part where the first major city that you and Joel tackle together, there's this kid who's acting like this guy, like, he's holding his stomach. He's like, help, help. He walks into the middle of the street while Joel and Ellie are driving in a car that they ended up getting from a friend at another town. And he puts his foot down on the pedal really hard to hit the guy. And he says, "Stop! You're gonna hurt him. He's sick." He says, "Stop! Stop! Stop!" And he was like, "He's not sick." He's like, "How do you know?" And he says, "Because I've done this before." And then when the guy realizes they're not gonna stop, he pulls out a gun, tries to shoot Joel, and they swerve out of the way. And you end up getting into a gunfight with bandits. Because I've seen this before. Joel basically shows a level of either he has seen something like this happen, or he was involved with being around a kind of group that does shit like this. So it shows you that Joel is experienced in a fucked up world, and Ellie isn't. There comes a certain point where they get to the college to try to meet with the Fireflies, and they get ambushed by a group of guys there. They come to find out that the Fireflies that were there got Ellie and Joel sound like Geralt and Ciri from the Witcher show. Yeah, I mean, actually, yeah. Look at you. So that's the thing too, is you see this connection. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's a connection that's going on. There's a cool survivor connection, and as Joel becomes more empathetic and loving and caring towards Ellie, Ellie is showing an evolution where she is starting to see the world as a place where you can't trust anybody, because at the college they get ambushed by these bandits and Joel gets severely injured. She ends up saving Joel and bringing her out of there, because Joel taught her how to shoot, by the way. Taught her how to shoot and taught her how to defend herself. So you end up going into the care of Ellie. Ellie and Joel now end up camping out in this like local town that was not too far from there. And now it's the dead of winter. It starts off with Ellie trying to hunt for this deer, ends up getting to the deer, but ends up getting to the deer at the same time as a group of strangers. These strangers take them in, and they survive a onslaught of a bunch of zombies. Yeah, I love Joel so much. So they survive a bunch of zombies, and these strangers say, like, "Look, we're super hungry. Can we share this deer? You come back to our place, and we have there's anything we want?" And he was like, "We have, like, medicine and other things like that." He was like, "What do you have?" Remember, Joel is sick from an infection. Joel is really sick because the wound, he ended up falling on like, so he gets tackled by a bandit and ends up slipping off the side of a railing and falls like 3 floors down or 2 floors down and lands on a metal rod that's protruding from the ground, and it goes through the side of his stomach. Luckily he didn't hit any major parts, but it went clean through. And now Ellie has him in care, and I think that he needed that medicine or whatever to alleviate the pain, because it shows that he has some kind of minor fever going on. So yeah, so they get back to this town, they cut up the deer, and Ellie still has her gun at the ready just in case anything happens. And he says, like, it's funny, it's crazy how this world works, how small it is. I sent a few guys out a few weeks ago to a local college, and the majority of them died, but the survivors that came back said that they were attacked by a violent man and a young girl. Ellie points her gun up, but is immediately subdued. And when she wakes up, the guy offers her food. The guy makes her food and says, like, has her as a prisoner. And basically he tries to talk to her, and he's like, "Fuck you," like, doesn't trust her at all. Yo, you remind me so much of Ellie too, just by the way she talks. But anyway, it gets to a point where he's like, I'm only trying to talk to you, and he is like being really overly friendly because he wants to fuck her. Like, he's like giving showing sexual desires towards her. Grown ass man, 14-year-old girl. But again, this is a fucked up, sick world. I'm sure nobody cares about morality anymore. So it also goes to show that in the background there's a bunch of heaps and heaps and heaps of clothes and shoes and clothes and shoes. You come to find out that you've been captured by cannibals. That if they can't survive off meat, they will survive on the meat of a deer or something. They will survive off of humans. So they say, alright, we're gonna fucking, like, basically they kind of say, you don't wanna play nice, we want to play nice. And we're gonna go find your friend too. And they're gonna plan on eating them. Joel wakes up from all this, is looking for Ellie, tries to figure it out. And you're playing, by the way, you're playing between Joel and Ellie. Ellie ends up escapes all of this, and they get caught up in a diner together, and you're hiding from this guy, you're hiding from this bandit. As you're hiding from this bandit cannibal, the leader of the cannibals, Joel is also fighting his way to go get Ellie. He doesn't know where the fuck to go. Sierra, this is about to fuck you up because you've been watching the game this whole time. He ends up capturing 2 of the cannibals, knocks them out, wakes them up. But when he wakes them up, I think he used, I forget what it was, there was like, I think it was like in a, I forget how he woke them up, but he ends up waking them up. I guess enough pain will wake people the fuck up. He has these 2 guys sitting across from each other, tied up. He's beating the fuck out of them, and he says, "You're gonna tell me where Ellie is. And you're gonna tell me where Ellie is, and if your stories don't match up, I'm going to kill both of you. Point to this map as to where they are." That's what the fuck she just did. You see how there's a mother-daughter relationship there. So they point the map as to where they are, and Joel kills them both, thankfully. Joel proceeds to go to this town and sees a burning building and goes in and finds Ellie, which now you're back on Ellie. And Ellie, there's like a boss battle thing where you hide from the guy and you have a machete and you get him, I think, 3 or 4 times, and on the final time he tackles you to the floor. When he tackles you to the floor, I think he tries to choke you out, if I can remember correctly. And I can't remember how this goes. I have to send you the clip. For some way, I don't know if Joel freed her of it or if she was able to get it out. I think she found a knife or something, or a broken glass, and stabs the guy, which unforces the guy off of her. And she gets on top, grabs the machete, and starts hacking his face in. Badass. Hacks his fucking face in, and they escape from there. And they make their way and continue to literally this. Look at the screen real fast. Let's lay this play out to see if it shows. Hold on.
They're already running tests on it.
Remember, there is a girl. I can't see it because they're running. I don't want you to miss any of the dialogue here. I want to get you emotionally vested here. They continue their way to wherever this place is. And when they get there, there's this beautiful moment that the video game does in an amazing way, right? Where they're like, okay, they show that Ellie has a cynical view now. Ellie is showing that she has signs of PTSD. She's reacting to sound differently. In the beginning of the game, this girl's like frolicking around and walking around and just happy. And by the end of it, she's like kind of like how Joel was. And Joel is trying to console her. And she's like, "Oh, Ellie, look at this, look at that. Ellie, come over here." And Ellie, she's like, "Oh, hey, that's pretty cool." But she doesn't seem too interested. There's a lot on her mind. And they end up getting saved. They end up by accident, while they're making their way through this like flooded tunnel, they end up falling inside of the river, and they end up washing up like right near this place, this hospital. And it's the Fireflies, and the Fireflies are like, "All right, we'll take her in. We'll take her in, and we'll do what we need to do." And when Joel wakes up, they said the girl, her name is Marlene. That's the girl that was taking care of Ellie this whole time. Because I think Marlene in the beginning of the game, when she dropped off the contract to smuggle Ellie across, I think there was something going on where she had to separate and couldn't take Ellie with her. But anyway, Marlene's here, and Marlene explains to Joel that this is going to change everything because they're going to be able to extract a cure. There's something that happened where, remember I told you it hijacks the brain. There's a MRI scan where it shows like the fungus stopping at like the brainstem for whatever reason. I don't know, some science bullshit that I don't understand. And basically says like, we're going to find a cure, but by us extracting what we need, it's going to kill Ellie. And Joel says no, like you can't kill her. This is the only way. It's the only way that this can happen. And Joel is not okay with that because Joel already lost one daughter and doesn't want to lose another. And they said, if you don't go, we'll kill you. We'll give you what we agreed on in the beginning with the bartering, or we'll kill you. It's that. So Joel ravages through the fucking, just completely just destroys everybody that gets in his way in this hospital, and gets to Ellie's body, who's unconscious, and saves Ellie. In the process, kills everyone that he came into contact with, just to get her back. Ellie wakes up in a car with Joel hours later and says, what happened? He said, they ran a few tests on you. It turns out everything's going to be okay. Yeah, it's my doggies. They ran a few tests, and it turns out that there's nothing that can really be done. But there's actually a bunch of people that are immune just like you. Joel is lying to her. Doesn't tell her the truth about what's actually going on. And Ellie doesn't believe him, but Ellie goes with it. And at the very end, there's like a lot of symbolism that shows in what's going on. Remember, in the beginning, you play as Alice. Alice gets injured and is in Joel's arm, and he's carrying her out, trying to save her from what's going on. Fails. This time, Joel gets and saves Ellie and succeeds, but in the process, you pretty much doomed humanity. You come to find out that Joel is technically, even though we fall in love with Joel, Joel is technically the bad guy. Because everything that's happening right now could be over if he didn't save Ellie. It brings up that other philosophy, like kill one to save 1,000, you know? I forget what it was, like if everyone's trapped in a cave, like, you know what I mean? It's the value of life. So they play with a lot of like little philosophies and shit like that. So that's where we are here. Remember, Abby is, you come to find out that Abby's father, this guy whose face bothers me, and at the same time I think he is a good looking dude, is the lead, he's the head doctor of everything. He's the lead doctor for the Fireflies that'll be able to help develop a cure. Remember I just said, oh dude, I will go back and play the first one. Remember what I just said, that Joel killed everyone he came into contact with. Sierra, if somebody killed your brother and you lived in this world, you more than likely would want to kill them. Remember that eye for an eye concept. So you kind of see where everything's going here. So now this Firefly soldier is telling the lead doctor that the person for the cure just got here, and the guy can't believe it. That's insane, right? So this is what it is. So Ellie ended up getting in the DLC. Ellie ends up sneaking to a cut off part of the city to go to like this comic store / arcade with her girlfriend. Or they're friends at the time, but they definitely have feelings for each other. There's a lot of like really intimate moments, and they end up sharing a kiss, which pissed off the incel community. And at some point, Ellie ends up going and continuing, and her friend says, no, this is a bad idea, we shouldn't go here, and he's like, you know, we're gonna be fine. And they keep going and going and going, and they get to this one part where they're infected there, and they're trying to survive. The friend gets bitten, Ellie gets bitten, the friend dies, Ellie is still alive. She thought that she was gonna die. They were going to die together, but Ellie sat there with her friend the entire time, and as her friend turned, she didn't, and that's how she found out she was immune. And when she went and reported this to the Fireflies, they realized that they had a chance and an opportunity to find a cure. Ellie and Joel make their way back to Jackson, which is this fort / small town / place that Tommy is building up to try to restore a level of humanity, kind of almost the vision of what the Fireflies had. The Fireflies in the meantime are dismantling because every major leader that existed, Marlene, this doctor, everyone is dead. So everyone dismantles and goes their own separate ways, which is what we're about to find out, because I don't know what fully happens to the Fireflies yet, because I'm not done The Last of Us Part 2. So, long story short, they go back to Jackson. Long story short's my shit, by the way. It's a phrase that I love to use. And listen is another one of my favorite words. So they go back to Jackson, and they start to try to branch out, because originally it takes place, and by the way, Tommy did an amazing job. He was able to get meet engineers and people like that, people who had skills and trades that they could use to restore humanity, and they were able to use this hydro dam to bring electricity, and they slowly but surely started to cut out parts of the land around them and grow the town. But my favorite phrases are long story short, and my favorite word to use when I'm trying to make a point, or when you say something that I find hilarious, I will say listen. So if you say something, I'm like, listen. That's just something that I do for some odd reason. But everybody has their words, you know. But so that's the thing is like they go back here, and as the years go by in The Last of Us Part Two, now we're in The Last of Us Part Two. Ellie is in love with Joel. He looks at her like a daughter, he looks like a father, but the only thing that's staying in the back of her mind is what the fuck happened back at that hospital. And she would casually bring it up to him here and there. I'm gonna send you video clips of the times they spent together for the flashbacks. There is a point where, and I'm gonna play it, say, in a chronological order, so that way it makes more sense. But the earliest scene that's next to that is Ellie's birthday. She's turned 15, so this is like a year after everything happened. This is maybe shortly after they got back to Jackson. And Ellie, throughout the entire Last of Us 1, expressed a lot of interest in space and exploration and like a whole new world kind of idea. So he finds this like astronomy museum, and he also finds a fucking dinosaur, like, what is it called? What's the word? Paleontology, like, museum. And they go to this paleontology museum, then they go to the astronomy museum that's right next to it. It's like cut off, and they spend time there together. It's a love affection moment. The next big one, it shows them hunting and going around. And Joel, she keeps bringing up to Joel, like, you know, what happened? Just tell me the truth. Just tell me the truth about what happened at the Fireflies. And he's like, I told you, they found a cure. I mean, not they found the cure. There's no cure to be found. There were people that were immune there. Other subjects, they said it was okay, that you could leave. The next big one, the next major one that I can remember is Ellie leaves in the middle of the night, leaves a letter for Joel saying, I'm going to the hospital to see what happened. She goes to the hospital, and it starts off at the same place that you started off with Joel when he woke up from being unconscious from when they ended up getting flooded to the river or whatever. And she makes her way to the operating room and sees nothing but dead skeletons, like of bodies of, you know, just massacred or whatever, blood everywhere. And she comes out, and as she comes out, Joel shows up. He was like, why would you do that? Why would you leave? And she was like, I'm never going to talk to you again if you don't tell me what happened. You tell me the truth, we'll go from there. You don't tell me what happened, you don't tell me the truth this time, and I don't feel like you told me the truth, I will never talk to you again. And Joel finally breaks it down to her. So Ellie develops a weird level of resentment towards him because she doesn't know how to feel. Because on one end, the reason why society is still the way it is because she's alive. On the other end, she has everything to thank for Joel for still being alive. But her existence alone means that it's basically the damnation of society. Fast forwarding to present day, Joel and Tommy are what's it called? They are surveilling the surveillance. Like basically, like what is the word? Scouting the area to make sure there's no like loose infected and clickers that are around the premises of Jackson. Ellie and her girlfriend, there's like 3 or 2 different teams. Yeah, well, no, that's the thing. I'm about to break that down to you. So, actually, let me say that too. I mean, I'll say that afterwards. So, Ellie isn't really talking to Joel. Ellie, like, loves Joel, but Ellie doesn't really... She shows a weird... Because she, you know, the relationship's weird. It's like, imagine all that shit. It's just like this weird boiled up lies upon lies upon lies. It breaks trust. It makes loving harder, especially knowing that you're the reason why society's still fucked. So, and then also that your father, your stepfather, is technically an evil fucking person, a bad guy, technically. But we understand why he felt that way. It was that idea of losing a daughter again. It's not going through that, not wanting to lose somebody you love. So they're going through the area, and Ellie and her girlfriend, the girl that you saw there that I wanted to aim my gun at, end up smoking a bit of weed together. They came across a fuck ton of weed from an old friend named Eugene, who was an ex-Firefly member. But they never explained what happened, but apparently Eugene died somewhere along the lines, and like left his private weed stash behind. Obviously, not a lot of people knew about it, so they start smoking weed and relaxing together. And they wake up, I think, to like the sound of like some gunshots or some shit. Long story short, Abby has been tracking Joel and trying to figure out where Joel went for the past 4 years, which is where we are leading off for Joel right here, because she wants to kill Joel. She wants to kill Joel. And I've never actually smoked weed, by the way. Speaking of Kush. But I'll explain that later. But anyway, Abby ends up getting attacked by a fuck ton of infected, but he gets saved by Joel and Tommy. And she says, I know a place, we were just kind of passing through the night. You can come back with us. And Abby ends up leading Joel and Tommy. And Joel doesn't trust her the whole time. Tommy is a trusting person, thinks that maybe like we can bring Abby and her friends into our community. We just need to interview them. And Abby lures them back to the mansion where it's a bunch of other survivors too. That pregnant chick and the guy that we just killed was one of the survivors that were there. One of Abby's friends. And that's what Ellie's been doing. Because at some point they lead them back and they fucking blow out I will tell you all about that. Listen, I already got the army, it's a whole other convo. So they end up blowing Joel's fucking leg out with a shotgun, making him immobile to run away, knocks out Tommy. Ellie gets there. Now you're in Ellie's shoes. Remember, she heard some gunshots. Ellie gets there. I think that's what it was. I think she heard some gunshots. I can't remember exactly what it is. By the way, I have all this on a playthrough too on my channel. So if you want to go back and watch any of that, you can do that. But I wouldn't recommend it because the audio sounds like shit. Like my headset sounds like shit. But when I get back from annual training with the military, I have a bunch of bills I need to pay off. But I am investing $100 into getting a better headset and getting myself a little PS4 cam so people can see my cute smile. Anyway, to get back to the point. Ellie comes in. They tackle Ellie to the ground. They hold her down. Sees Joel's been getting brutally beaten this entire time. They've been torturing Joel. And finally, they grab a golf club because they're inside of like a snow ski kind of resort place. And she fucking, man, I'd love to stream. That'd be fun, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So they bash Joel's skull in. Joel is no longer with us, and Ellie is now set out on a revenge and wants to kill everybody that was in that fucking room. Seeing Joel die, I actually cried. I'm on stream, like, trying to play it off like I wasn't crying. Joel's dead, and Ellie's on a quest for revenge to kill everybody that was there. And now we're playing back on the part where you see where Abby's here with her friends. Yo, but that's what I mean. It's like, you get it. Like, imagine, I could see Abby, that's the thing too. I love Joel with all my heart, but you can see how much Abby loves her father. By the way, when you're there with Ellie, Ellie's searching through the hospital for answers and comes across a bunch of old documents. And goes into the office of the lead doctor that was going to perform the operation and says, we finally found a cure, this is going to change history. You come to find out that this guy who is to the left of Abby and the little thumbnail that we currently have going on, I agree. I think men who hide their emotion are men who haven't come to terms with themselves. That's a whole nother philosophical thought I have. I think expressing yourself and expressing your emotion is one of the strongest things you can do as a person. So the lead doctor was the only known person that had the skills and the proper way, the ability to be able, because he had been researching this shit since the fucking past 14 years. He was the only one that could do this. Joel killed off the only person that we know of that could have created a cure, Sierra. Now you see why he doomed humanity. So the idea of her turning herself into, it's like, imagine trying to go to each person, like, hey, so I'm infected, could we try to find a cure? Hey, I'm infected, it's like, it's like one of those astronomically, like, the numbers are stacked against you. So it sucks because as much as we love Joel is technically the bad guy. We have been playing as the bad guy, technically. But then again, it's like, that's the morality question. It's like, what can you consider evil? What do you consider bad? Because everybody here is really just trying to survive when you think about it, That's the sad part. That's the fucked up part about all this. Yeah, and it's weird because it's like cannibalism bad, but we can argue cannibalism it's fucked up and sick. Cannibalism, they need to survive, and what easier source to get than to kill the person to your left or your right? You know, it's like that. It's just it's a conundrum, man. Like it gets real fucking philosophical. And now you see why your brother probably loves this. Like this gameplay, it's fun. It's a fun game, but it's the questions that it leaves you with. Like, what is the value of human life or that baby? Like, you know, the Donner Party. I'm trying to remember that. I'm googling that right now. Hold on. The Donner Party, sometimes referred to Donner Reed Party, was an American pioneer or group of American pioneers who migrated to California in a wagon train from the Midwest. Ooh, you know their skin was dry. Delayed by a series of mishaps, they spent the winter of 1846. Oh, I can see the yep, I know it. Cannibals. I was like, when they said spent the winter, I'm like, somebody was eating. All right, so now that you know what's going on, we can properly enjoy this shit together. I am excited for you to see this shit. I mean, yo, you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes the homies taste like beef. Oh, Sierra, I'm so excited for you to see this. Remember, Firefly is telling the lead doctor, Abby's father, yo, we got what we need, fam. You ready?
You gotta get down there.
Where are we going, Dad? Please don't tell me that was the end of the flashback. Did we... Oh, yep. That's the fucking room that you went in. The black woman you see here is Marlene.
She's a child.
This scene becomes so much more powerful now that you know what's going on. Marlene raised Ellie from the time she was a baby. Imagine your best friend having a daughter that now people are saying the only way that we can get a cure is to kill off your daughter. Your daughter's your friend's daughter. And the doctor doesn't want to do it either. You could tell that he's remorseful about this. He doesn't feel comfortable just doing this. You know? Yo, I got you, man. Yo, if you need recaps on anything that I have knowledge on, I got you. You let me know. One voice memo at a time if we gotta do it.
Child, not some petri dish.
You think I don't... I'm aware of the situation.
And you're okay?
By the way, any man who puts their fucking fist on their hip, you know he means some goddamn business.
You've been killing her.
No, I'm okay with developing a vaccine that'll help save millions of lives. How many fireflies have died for less?
That was their choice.
Oh, and he's doing that like thing that people do when they're really educated, where they put their thumb on their pointer finger and middle finger. That's some intelligent shit right there.
Are you asking me? Or are you telling me this is how it's gonna be?
I am begging you to buy in.
And what if this was Abby?
Oh. Oh.
Everything that we've been fighting for, all the sacrifices, all the horrific, all of that is justified with this one act.
That hip.
If this was your daughter, what would you do?
What would Jesus do? I'm sorry, I had to say that.
Abby.
Buy some
There goes
dinner.
a young, less swole Abby. Some beans. Let me see this. Hold on.
Marlene.
Let me see the clock. Let me see the shadow.
Do it.
Back of the head, though. You know the 5 o'clock shadow is probably basically saying this man's been up for days. Probably not days, but yeah. The beans. Oh yeah, he's got some shadow
I
going.
traveled across the country with her.
You heard that? I'm gonna go tell Joel.
He has a right to know.
Now you see. I'm so happy I recapped you.
Good luck with your surgery.
This is happy. I didn't even realize the paintings in the
You're doing the
background.
right thing.
You're right. It's that cheap doctor shit where it's like patience in big ass bold letters, and it's just a picture of a mountain.
If it was me, I'd want you to do the surgery.
Nah, not me. I'm playing. I'm kidding. I'm cool with the world of cannibals and a fungus virus thing. Some premium kennel cough. Ah, here it is. I wonder what all of the molecules are. That's a good question. That is a good question. Okay, big scene. You see what Abby is right here? The first Last of Us, Joel is here. Goes through that exact door. Last of Us, Last of Us 2, the flashback, Ellie is going through here. And now we are currently going through here as Abby. Hold on, can I do the same thing here? I'm gonna see if I can jump. Oh, I was hoping to do that cool jumping thing I've been doing. Sneaky. So Joel went through and said, "Brrr!" So we'll see how that was. I'm assuming this is the red door. You always go through the red door. Uh-oh, you about to see some dead daddy.
You still in the
Zaddy.
fucking building? Abby.
No!
Don't look.
Dad! Dad!
Joel was a bit of a savage. So, yeah. Damn, the acting, dude. Zaddy. The acting in this game is fucking A1. You see how it makes you feel for the other characters? That's what I love. They did a really good job with this, in my opinion.
Joel, get up.
Oh.
Joel, fucking get up.
You're about to see some stuff.
Please stop.
You might want to look away.
Please don't shoot. Joel, please get up.
Mini golf game, woo!
No! No!
So, okay, so you see Abby and how she feels when we're going through this as Ellie. We are seeing the same scene, but on ground level because we are with Ellie. So they did a good job with that too, with the camera. So we're on ground level with Ellie. It's zooming in Ellie's face, and she is like in disbelief about what's happening. Yep, I'm sad that you had to experience this. My bad. But Ellie is going through it right now, and on the end of that golf club, it shows some brain ASMR, if you know what I mean. So just so you know that he's dead, it's some brain ASMR going on. That's why I killed most of your friends, baby.
Whoa,
That's that
what do you
pregnant
got?
girl that we stabbed in the background.
Cleaning up. No.
And that's the other guy right there
It's too risky to
that
leave
you
them
saw
alive.
that I
Fucking bad.
got with the blicky.
He's right.
Oh, I just remember they shot my sexy Asian guy.
We killed them. We're no better
Sad
than he
days.
was. They didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, look at my face. Fuck your face. You should have been guarding the
I want to sample that. Look at my face. Fuck your face.
upstairs like I told you to. Move. Back up.
Calm down.
Or what? Back the fuck up.
Calm down.
Darden.
Before I put it in your butt.
Stop.
It's a good threat.
We're done.
She's so swole. Yeah, you get it. But I get why Abby did the same thing to Joel. I don't want that to happen to Joel. I love Joel, but you get it, you know? You could see both ends and be like, I get it. So, in the beginning with Ellie, you are playing on Seattle Day 1. And now we're playing Abby, Seattle Day 1. So we're going through similar experiences, which I think is going to just draw us back to that moment where they're in the same room together, where Abby's pointing the blick at Ellie's face, while Dina, pregnant Asian girlfriend thingy, is sleeping in the other room, while Tommy's on the floor saying, you shoot me with that blick, you better not miss.
Oh. Easy.
Who bashes people's face in and then reads afterwards? Well, I guess in this world that's probably what they do.
You okay, yeah?
She's so swole!
Yeah, just...
What's up?
Been searching everywhere for you.
She just makes you want to hit the gym. Just one good old
Been
time.
called up. Isaac wants us at the front.
What?
I got this
Are you
sexy
serious?
Hispanic guy here.
Afraid so. We should hustle.
We're leaving now?
Doesn't it look like she ate Ellie and became like the Ellie Pro?
Okay.
Yeah, right. No bath, no shower, nothing. Straight up disgusting.
Fuck my neck.
Oh, I feel that.
Hey,
I wake up
thanks
like
for
that every
giving
day.
me a
Dude,
room
she's
lesson.
so fucking built.
Yeah, who was it this time? That
Muscles,
cook chick?
baby.
Nah, the other chick.
Triceps on
She's down
swole,
from the
lats on swole.
Oh, the
Where the
science
fuck is she
mix.
able to get
Nice.
gains like that? Does she just lift dead corpse
She's a
up
little
and
too
just
excited
fucking
about her job.
gets a few reps in every time she kills somebody?
I don't know.
Worth it?
She has veins?
Oh, absolutely.
Hold on. Oh, I
Get
see
my
it.
happy now.
She kinda
You
swole
should.
up.
You're never gonna do better than her.
Oh wait, can I crawl on the floor? I was gonna try to crawl on the floor
I
while you
keep
talk.
thinking the same thing.
This man got a cute voice though. Da, 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 na, na, na. I am kinda built. Oh! That answered my question! Ah, more than books. She's getting a whole gains going. So this might be the dismantled fireflies that then became something known as Wolf, WLF. Gains, baby. They even have music in there. Listening to some tunes. Some kettlebells that look like shit. They did not work on those kettlebells at all. They weren't thinking anybody's going to stop and actually check out the equipment, but those kettlebells are very poly looking. Wait, look at his... Oh, look at his steps. With this lighting. Brings out the gains, baby. Oh, that makes me want to hit the gym. Kids? Oh. I don't even know how to feel right now.
Hello, Miss Butts.
They definitely are not going for the aesthetic.
Gentlemen never
They
do.
got some plants.
Wow.
Look at this man. Yeah, move out my way. Ooh, the game's looking great in my opinion.
I gotta talk to my dad for a second.
I have to
Grab
talk
us
to
some
me,
food?
Yeah,
mi
want it.
padre.
Get me something con picante.
You get what you get.
Stop abusing these chairs. Damn, they got a squad. Well,
Nice to see you too, Abby.
ha! You're stuck on mop duty. Oh, hey. Who's talking to me? What's up, sexy man?
Oh shit, Jordan.
This guy ends up dying.
I
He's
didn't
one of
see
the
it.
guys that were in the room.
You coming with us to the Saravina?
Manny and I just got called up to the fob. What are you doing at the Saravina?
Hotel and the school are getting evacuated. We're grabbing supplies and bringing everyone back to the base.
Seriously?
The Saravina is where he ends up dying.
We're falling back.
You don't know that's what it is.
At least Leah might be home from the TV station sooner.
I believe he gets stabbed in the
There's
neck as
that,
well.
yeah. I should run. May your survival be long.
And may your death be swift.
Wow, what the fuck did you guys just say to each other? What kind of Valhalla bullshit was that? Kinda hot. Look at you with your baby. They did not work on the baby either. Who the fuck is just sitting like that? No. There's just little things that they were like, nobody's gonna notice my fucking polygon baby. Is the baby... I've never seen a baby asleep like this.
Maybe we invite her to services.
Sounds like stabbing in the... I hate you. That is the truth. Oh, the way that baby is just resting just doesn't feel right. The legs are not like... Am I just being harsh here? One more time. Alright. So the baby looks pretty real. What are you doing? I'm fucking being judgmental here because they've had a long time to make that. Are you looking at me, sir? Are you guys a couple? Hey, nah, fuck that baby.
I've been hanging out with him a lot.
Ooh, another conversation. Talk to me. Don't die.
Hey, sir.
Ah,
Yeah, she's letting me know that she wants to put it in
How
my
you
butt.
feeling?
Fantastic.
Somebody has Parkinson's
Would you
disease.
please tell him to get rid of this?
Oh, I've tried.
Look at your face.
Te ves horrible.
Bueno, we have to head out.
I don't know why, but this
Keep
is
him
making me
safe.
think of Telemundo.
I will.
I grew up listening to that shit in the background, so. Sexy Asian men everywhere. Almost makes me think the development team was just a bunch of sexy Asian people. That butt.
What are they serving today?
Big
Burritos.
Bertha.
Again.
Exactly. I can't grow beards for shit, by the way. I can't
Abby,
grow
Where are you
anything.
going? Hey,
Tenemos prisa, dame 3 burritos.
Hey man, there's a line.
Penny, what the fuck?
Excuse me.
Wait your turn like the rest of us.
Sorry.
I need my burritos.
Come on.
So embarrassing. Why do you have 3? Put one back.
Now don't freak out. Mel's coming with us.
I mean, I do, but
Manny?
dude. So look, COVID-19 allowed me to express my facial hair. So I joined the military at the age of 20. I'm currently 27. It would take me about a week to start showing facial hair under my nose. Now it only takes about a day and a half. This mustache slash beard, or not beard, but like the fucking little chin hair I got going, whatever this is, whatever the word is for that, that has taken me since March. I started growing my mustache out in April. I started growing the chin hair out in March. And I'll be honest, I think I look kind of good. So I'm just seeing where it goes from here, man. Yeah, goatee, that's what it's called. You know, the first time I saw a goatee, it was like, I want that someday. It was from that video game Jack 2. Bro, she's so swole!
I'm tired of all this.
Oh my god, I wish I had arms like that. I used to have arms like that, and then life happened.
And she's cool with it.
Yeah,
Why does your yeah sound like a no?
it's my accent. Come
That's
on,
racist.
Stop being paranoid.
Look at you with your no butt. Thank you, man. Oh, we're eating burritos.
Making me uncomfortable.
I'm gonna go up here for the gains.
It's an opportunity for you two to finally move forward.
We've barely said a word to each other since Jackson.
Oh yeah.
I'm just supposed to pretend that didn't happen?
Of course not.
Getting up the legs, baby.
She wanted Joel dead as much as the rest of us.
But she's not like the rest of us. She hasn't hurt people like that before.
We gotta work
She
the
kills
back legs
scars all
up.
the time.
Not the way we killed Joe.
Oh, you hear this?
Forget. We are
By the way, somewhere along the lines of Ellie's storyline, we encountered something called the Scars. The Scars is a cult group or whatever, and I forget what their whole cult premise is, but I don't think we've fully discovered that yet. But you can tell who they are based off of them wearing brown cloaks, kind of like the Christian Brothers do, and they have scars all along their face, and they will basically hang people and then cut open their stomach and let their intestines hang out. They're sick as shit, dude. Oh, and also they have a language. They develop their own language that makes them creepy. And it's in, I wish I could somehow stream the YouTube video of me playing it through. I actually got it in one playthrough. I didn't die it during this scene. But the first time you encounter them, you get an arrow to the knee. I'm kidding. You get an arrow to your shoulder, and she rips it back out. And they speak to each other in whistles, dude. Like, they are literally talking to each other in whistles. And as you slowly start to kill them off, the group gets more nervous, and their whistles become more like erratic and just kind of like a fucking nerve-wracked. And when it's usually like 1 or 2 people left, they start speaking to each other in regular English. I'm like, I knew you weren't that crazy, you little bitch.
Hans,
You know?
she's a medic. Come on, Abby.
Mad Max.
She's
Yo,
family.
I fucking love
Do it
you.
for me.
You like really have a well-versed knowledge of cool
That's
shit.
all I'm asking.
Let's check out his butt one last time for the final viewing. There is no butt. Wow, they really don't want me to check out the butt the way I could. Paritos. He
Get
doesn't
your
have a
things ready.
chest.
I'm gonna grab more.
Yeah.
He's just
Be
built all
nice.
funny. Fuck you.
Bite me.
Oh wow, look at the stadium. Wow. Oh, this is actually a smart place to hide out at. What was I getting into?
Scientist, huh?
Yeah. There was no butt there. Damn, this is like a nice little place to kind of create your own thing. Let's enjoy this together. Tanaka Kai. Akai? Share the world. And then we got some license plates to show you that we've been around town. Whatever the fuck that is, it looks pretty cool. Arizona, California, Nevada, New Mexico. Cool. We've got some pictures here, some pictures there, some pictures everywhere. We've got relatives. We got that. I love that picture right there, the rock and roll one. Wait, there is? Did I miss a Washington plate? Is that what it looks like? I had no idea. Have you ever seen a Pennsylvania plate? It looks ugly. Looks pretty ugly. Do you think they actually use this TV? Because I'm pretty sure they don't. But if they do, I'm impressed. Wow, dirty dishes.
I'll do it later.
The middle one. Yo, yeah. It's interesting. Another brawl. It almost like makes you think that there's a brawl here. And there's a bag. I'm gonna put the bag on. Thus being able to have inventory. As I pull it out of my asshole like the way they do in Grand Theft Auto.
Knock knock.
Canteen, because I need water.
Ready to roll?
Yeah, just about.
Ah, that's the girl that dies. Oof. I didn't see an Xbox. They do have PlayStations in here, because remember, the game starts, I think the game takes place in 2013. And the game came out for the PS3, so there's nothing but a bunch of PS3s out here. And, oh, dude, and the PS3s, they have, like, fucking the Uncharted games, Jack and Daxter. Like, they actually show that in this game, and I thought that was sick.
Hey, I actually cleared you for active duty. Really?
Well, that's the girl that gets
You could probably
gets
get
got
stayed
by
if I
Ellie.
ask. I'd rather not sit around if I don't have to. Anyone's okay with this? Why would it be up to Owen? We need to grab Alice on our way.
Do better.
You shut up, sexy man. Well, you know, here's the thing. He's not a good-looking guy, but he has a nice voice. Mr. No Butt. I've been pressing circle so many times just to see when I can start crawling on the floor. Like, I know you can't tell, but I've been trying.
It's just you.
Wow, society! Thriving again, kind of. Wow, that was a funny way of being able to do that. Society is kind of thriving.
Worse?
Kind of.
Where's how?
Well, he's complaining about a sharp pain in his wrist.
Yeah, he has like a nice, bassy, sexy Latin voice. Makes
Maybe
you want
we can
food.
get him some more painkillers.
I want to eat the
But they
tacos.
moved you and Owen to Section 96? Yeah.
Ah, that's how they
that's
get their
nice.
power.
Sauce of young families.
From helicopter
Getting
pilot
you guys
things.
excited?
I'm kidding.
Maybe.
I know that's not what they're
Seeing all
called.
the kids running around. Yeah, I'm getting ready.
Oh, this is fucking cool how they
All
create
those
this little
crying
society.
babies. He's drive Owen crazy.
He hasn't even seen it yet. He's out on rotation with Danny.
Want some tomatoes?
Yikes. Sucks for him. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't. That's some. Is that the ganja? I remember watching this Mac Miller interview. He was like, "Why does everybody refer to weed as the ganja?" I just want to slap that meat. Oh, that's so unsanitary. You're not paying attention, are you? Jonathan, you look like a Jonathan. Sexy half Asian guy? Oh, I call it the devil cigarette. I'm kidding. It's the devil cigarette. I know, dude. I want food right now. I'm pretty hungry, if I'm being honest. I'm just walking along. Oh my god, they have livestock. This guy. Okay, I see you. You look weird, but you look interesting, man. I see you. Are they doing the same thing? Please don't do that. I hate when games do that. I guess they're doing the same activity, technically. What's the dude? That is hard because there's so many good places to eat in Philly. You would have to ask me like a certain type of subculture because they have the Italian market, which has so many little spots that I could show you. As far as like Caribbean food, if you're looking for Jamaican food, there's certain places I could take you. Puerto Rican food, there's certain places I could take you. It's hard. Fucking what is some other shit out here? They have really good places that are like just Greek food. There's so many good places. So many good places. I love Philadelphia so much. Maine. Let's see, what is this? Ah, we're still collecting coins because we miss our dead dad. That's so cool. I know that sounded really insensitive. Ah, goodbye, Joel. Yeah, Greek food. I'm trying to think of some other shit. Is that the dog that I mollywopped in the head? Or is that the one of many dogs that I will
So
be
your house?
monologuing in the head?
She's playing inside.
Great.
The
Abby,
doggos.
wanna grab her?
Ah, fuck that guy. I miss Joel. Even though it's not fuck that guy because he's supposed to save the world. So kind of fuck that guy. Foreplay that guy. We're making plans. Is that what we're doing, guys? We're making plans? Alright, we're gonna name this dog. What is this dog's name?
You crazy dog.
There's my favorite girl.
I'm seeing if they give her a name
Put up with
first.
your shit.
Don't be jealous.
Her name is...
Hey, you wanna go to the trucks?
Al? Did they say Al?
Oh, hey.
You will be named Borges.
Yeah, okay, since you asked so nicely.
Did I just... I am so sorry. Did I just...
My bad.
I'm so sorry. Dude, I thought I threw it at the wall. Oh, man, that's fucked up. I know, my bad, bro. Oh, that didn't work.
You did.
Soccer!
What's she doing with him?
Something for Isaac?
Well, that was really not interacting at all.
She really likes it. Ask her about the Cumulus thing.
Karen.
Well, I guess you get to stay away from the
Is he
car.
still staring? Oh,
That's what you're into.
that is so
I'd
sad.
be happy staying put, I think.
Virtual dog
Just
staring
street
at the
cameras.
virtual wall.
It needs fucking up scars.
Oh, this is so cool, isn't it? This is such a cool place. Like, if this is a place to survive, I would love to survive here. Yeah, I feel kind of... That was a fucked up thing to do by accident. I wish I could pick it up. I don't think I could pick that up. I'll go back and try to see if I can pick it up and throw it his way. Oh my god, he's still staring. Well, he has a much longer attention span compared to most dogs. That's some big cocks over there. Yeah, I did that on purpose. Yeah, nope. I can't. No way. I'm button mashing right now. What a sad day. Maybe I can pedal that over? No. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm sure I could have got a trophy for that. Like, playing with dogs interaction trophy. Wow. Oh, she's so tight from the games.
Hey, Abby.
Hey,
Hi, random NPC.
hey, Pat.
Hey.
Are we about to see another dead guy that we killed off?
Hey, Pat. Can I
Hey,
have
Pat.
visual?
You got it.
Gracias.
They've got blicks for days!
Which trucks are in?
Yeah, the garden's pretty as fuck.
Take
They did a really good job with making this look like it's been lived in.
I'm driving. Sign us out.
By the way, Sierra, we didn't talk about that, so you can shoot. That is fucking awesome.
Thanks.
May your survival
Do you go
be
shooting
long.
with your family all the time?
May your death be swift.
Oh my god, they really do say this to each other all the time.
I could use a warm-up.
That's what I think I said. Let's see how long we stare at each other before you look away. I guess it's taking awkward, isn't it? Okay, this is weird.
Down
Look
for
at
some
me with
further
my games.
competition?
The loser cleans the apartment.
High
Oh,
stakes.
I'm gonna lose this because I'm terrible at aiming on this game.
Best score on a full
A
magazine.
lot better on mouse and
You're
key.
on, cabron.
Wow! Cursing at each other, the profanity. Shoot it. I don't know what I'm aiming at. I'm not supposed to be aiming at. I'm supposed to just... Is that the goal here? I'm like trying to look over it. I'm so confused. What is the point of this? I'm like looking over at the number. Oh, I lost. I was like looking at the
I like my
scoreboard.
blanket tucked in tight.
God damn
I
it.
was looking at the scoreboard.
We didn't say when I have to clean.
Don't be a sore loser.
Kill it with fire. Oh, I wish I could redo that. Can I redo that section? Because I was looking at the scoreboard to see what they were doing. Oh, lame. I never got to shoot this. Oh, wow. That's so cool. It's so interactive. Wow. Ooh, that was kind of cool. Keep going? Okay. What if this is my actual ammo that I'm supposed to be using in the game? Dude, I thought I did too. I was just fucking around. I looked down, it said 83 to 81. I was like, I'd have been aiming for the head if I knew that. Whatever, this game cheated me. Fuck you, I'll shoot you. So do you go shooting with your family?
Let's get to the base.
Wow, look at all this light. Who the fuck is saying yeah like that? Oh, it's so weird. Yeah, 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 yeah. Look at that butt. As you can see, I'm a butt guy. That butt. Alright, and these Humvees that we have in the community we have. Here we go.
Mel's pregnant.
You can use the fresh air.
It's more like a little trucky truck.
Real soon.
A little trucky van thingy. Ah, prego. That baby won't matter in like 3 days.
Gracias.
Dude, then I can say for a fact you shoot way better than I do. I only get to shoot but a handful of times. It's usually either military related shooting or whenever I'm able to make to the range. And as of lately, not only have I not been able to head to the range, but
Do you want me to get you something from the pharmacy?
I don't have the funds to go consistently.
I'm good.
So you guys are able to just shoot
It's
what
not a
you
big
want.
deal. No, it's fine. I'm just gonna wear myself out.
Well, yeah, but just because I'm in the
picking up a few
military doesn't mean
extra
I'm a better shot than you. Experience is everything, dude.
What do you mean?
Bet you can shoot better than me. What kind of weapons have you shot?
Headed? 2.
Like as far as like
Truck S24 headed to 2.
the genres.
Your survival be long.
Like I've never shot a shotgun. I've gotten to shoot like LMGs, assault
Only
rifles,
lost a hatchery.
pistols.
Yeah. And you plan on getting it back?
I've never got to shoot like a hunting
No,
rifle.
Isaac says it's low priority. We're fishing up wild salmon right
I've
now.
actually never gone hunting before. Which I used to want to learn when I was younger, but now I've gotten older, I think I'd feel bad. And I'm like, I don't know
What
if
did
I'd
you
ever
mean
do
about
that.
me and Owen?
But I would love to learn. I still want to learn for the sake of survival.
I haven't seen him in like 2 weeks.
And I have nothing against anybody who does hunt, by the way. I'm not one of
Keeps
those people that I'm
picking
like,
up
you
open
shouldn't hunt.
assignments.
You know those things that I'm just like, oh, I definitely killed that deer.
Does he talk to you? Did he say
Oh yeah,
anything?
but by the way, these deer right here,
No,
I
we're
will
still not.
virtually fucking
I mean,
massacre them.
I've seen him in the
I
mess
have
hall, but
no care for these
we walk
virtual
around
deer.
each other.
But the real deer, I get super sad.
Jackson should. No, I wouldn't read too much into it.
Man, you have to fucking life. Oh! The Blix! Oh, those are the scars. It's the scores!
They're waiting for us.
Shoot in my blick and I don't miss. Who did you take the fucking ammo like that to the chest? Oh, unlimited ammo? Are we on the unlimited ammo side of things? I will start laying this shit out. Oh my god, did I just shoot that fucking horse? Okay, fuck it, fuck these horses. Fuck these horses.
Keep coming.
Sorry, virtually these horses can go fuck themselves. Red Dead Redemption. Why is that not registering? Wait. Fuck you, old yeller. I know that was a dog, but for some reason it just felt appropriate. Ah! What's happening? Oh! Oh no, prego my ego! And this vehicle is no longer in commission. I don't remember seeing the Spanish guy, so I assume this is where he goes. He gonna die here.
Fucking scars.
How far are we from the fob?
This man really has a sexy voice.
Too exposed.
I bet the voice actor is much better looking than this guy. Fuck you. Scary. Scary dark place. Gotta love the Pregos and Diegos, man. I just remember that random dog I killed? What if this is that dog? I think this is the dog that I got in the fucking head. And I was like, Is this another coin? Is that what we're doing now? Is this a fucking thing? Is that what we're doing? Oh, that is definitely what we're doing. Great. I don't give a shit about your sentimental stuff. Look at all these next day deliveries that never got next day delivered. Oh, at least you got to see the dog get got in the spot. And then he dropped. Bars. Oh! Okay, you see how scared I get of things so easily. Fuck you. That scared the fuck out of me, dude. Look at all the scavenging I'm doing. Oh my god, I'm so good. Look at this stick. Dude, I wonder what's in these packages. It was probably just like this stuff, I guess, right? It looks like they like shipped out like fucking. Oh, and there goes a waste of that. Ooh, a flashbang.
Lots of places to hide in here.
Oh, come on, man. I was scavenging. Oh, this is the infected. You get to see the infected now. Ya yeet. Ya yeet indeed. It's a sneaky little time to be a sneaky little girl with the sneaky games. All I want to do is scavenge. Can I go in here? Sneaky, sneaky. Ah, it is a sneaky, sneaky. Oh! You hear how she's crying? Remember, I said that they're not zombies, they're infected. One of the early signs of people who are infected is the fungus is actively hijacking their brain. Humans are trying to resist it, but they physically can't because they're being hijacked. So when they're violently coming at me, they're crying in pain because of what they're going through. So they're actively actually, like, you're seeing them turn. So this person is infected, but they're in such severe pain that they're crying. Listen to her. She was probably only bitten last night. That's usually like the turnaround rate. Like usually like a few hours. At this point, they're still... They still look pretty human. Gotta give him the ceremonious teabag. And they can still see you too, by the way. Whereas as they get... Oh yeah, so as they, as the fungus starts to take control of their... Yeah, well that's the thing, they just sit there in pain. Just kind of like aimlessly walking around. As the brain starts to take over their, as they start, the brain starts to kind of get hijacked, the fungus starts to grow and protrude from their head, like the picture that I showed you. And they stop seeing, which now you've seen that sound effect that you get is when I'm within their view potentially and the game's giving me a heads up. And they start using echolocation. So they react from sound and sight in the early stages, and at some point it's just sound. But the more they react to sound, and less to sight, the slower I have to walk and the more nervous I have to be about traveling. Get got, pussy. Get got, pussy. Look at those guns. Has some equipment on them too. Your name is Jeffrey. Oh yeah, when I first started playing this game, every infected that were recently turned, I tried to give them humanity by giving them a name before I actually choked them out or stabbed them in the neck. Because I'm a good person. Oh yeah. And I wonder if that's for the game sense. I wonder if that's not for like story, but maybe it's like because it's supposed to be creepy.
Guys, look up there. See the light coming through?
I forgot about that.
I'll climb up there and check it out.
Fuck you, Prego. Let's go, doggo! I hope I get to keep the dog with me until Ellie gets her. Because that would be pretty cool. So how do I parkour my way up there? Will you be mine? Something about Roger's neighborhood and something about Roger in the hood. Will you be mine? Hop, 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 fam. I'm so confused right now as to where to go. That's the one thing about this game. When you play it on the harder modes, they give you no sense of direction. It's just like, figure that shit out yourself, pussy. Oh yeah, and then they speak out loud to let you know you're doing it right. Which just further reminds you it's a video game. Oh, it's so cool. People are up here just fucking eating pizza. These pills right here, you can use them for, to learn new skills. Because, you know, that makes sense, right? Alright, so this is just health for now. This really sucks, dude. I leveled Ellie the fuck up, and now I have to go all the way back to the fucking starting ground as Abby. Parkour! Did I do that on purpose? Oh. Okay, so that wasn't the way to go. Dude, I love being Employee of the Month because you get pizza. And I've only been Employee of the Month at one place, and they never gave me pizza. They ended up giving me a Starbucks card because they know I have a caffeine addiction. And it's like, what better way to support you by saying, hey, further seduce yourself with things that you don't need in your body. And I know this is oh no, I'm separated from you, and now it's gonna see the creepy thing. That's what happens when you have gains, baby! It's not shelves!
Guys!
That's a clicker, she can't see, but she can hear. Clicky. My doggo!
Here they come!
Come on!
Oh, at least you don't get infected. Watch me finesse the game, alright? I'm not gonna shoot at you once. The NPCs will do all the work for me. No, they won't! So, that didn't work the way that was supposed to work. But we will make it work this time. What I try to do is I get the NPCs to use their bullets since they don't have to worry about bullets. Oh, that's a clicker. Alright. So I literally will just run and make them use their bullets so that way I can save my bullets. Spooky, spooky. I hear somebody behind me and it's making my butt clench. Move, Jose! I don't know if that's his name. I'm getting so stressed right now. I'm trying not to scream. Oh, what's that behind me? I'm not turning around. Anxiety. Oh, yep, that's what I thought it was. Okay, Jose, excuse me. They will use all their ammo by the end of this. Okay, oh, and I guess I gotta go ahead. Yay, that worked itself out. Nope. That's not how this goes today. I think I might have to use ammo pretty soon. You guys need to work harder at killing these things. This is stressful. What is that? Ow! Oh, it scared me! That's a lot of zombies. Or infected. Oh, my hands are so sweaty. Oh, you're faster than the others. Can I hit you? Alright, we're just jogging here, baby. We're pacing ourselves. Oh! Fuck you. Oh, you know, I'm just finessing the game out here. Can I give you the hands? Nope, no I can't. Oh, I thought this was a good idea. It wasn't a good idea. Nope, that's a clicker. By the way, you can fight off the infected. You can't fight off clickers. Thank you, man. That's what happens when you have a lot of caffeine in the system. Hit you with a blick. You. Oh, we're good, we're good, we're good. Oh. case. That kind of infector is called a loader, I believe. And he just has a weight problem. He can also release spores around him, so he can get... So say you're not infected, say you're not Ellie. You breathe in those spores and you get infected, so you have to avoid those poisonous infections. Because you can get sick. Now, video game sense, it makes you get sick, and then when your health is low, you die. But, in reality, one of those little bit of spores getting into the nasal, it does you in. Ooh, we're gonna take a quick break. Look at them! See, I was smart. I was able to handle all of this. Oh, there's a bullet? Fuck you, fat guy. See? That's it right there. Oh, the dog scared me. Yeah, that was it.
Shit.
That is literally how you just use NPCs to your advantage. Fuck
Can
you.
we say fuck this place?
Yes.
Fuck this place. Come on.
They're speaking my language. As you can see, I have a thing that I do. The fuck are you looking up at, Jose? Jose. You teabag as well? It's ceremonial, man. Why is she so strong? It's scary. You know you're strong as fuck when it's just like... You can just hear the bass in her steps. Alright, where do we go from here, sexy man? Antonio Banderas. Punch. Can you imagine if that worked? And it made me restart it. Oh, this game really keeps me confused. You got that bass, got that bass, got that bass. No travel. Whatever happened to her? It's like she died and Lizzo was reincarnated. The reincarnation?
Guys, found a way out.
Really? Are you fucking serious?
Manny.
You got it.
Help me out here, Jose. I heard the name, but at this point we're just gonna get disrespectful.
Ladies first.
Fuck you, you patriarch
Another one
bullshit.
that I wouldn't fit through here.
Go
Nicki
ahead,
Minaj.
You said ladies first.
She's an interesting individual.
I like it.
But you didn't have to cut me up.
Okay.
I love that song, by the way.
This reminds me of your dad's greenhouse.
Why would you bring him the fuck up?
All these plants are alive.
We don't talk about him.
You know what? This is good.
Chicken butt.
You two need abundant.
Bro, that song's my shit.
Working already.
What's this? Another coin. What the fuck?
Found another one?
Oh, I get it. So, Ellie... Oh my god, here's another thing where you and Ellie are so much the same. Ready?
Maybe like
So, I think the internet shits on that song. Well, fuck them. I didn't know that. I love that song. So, here's the thing. Ellie is a huge... She's like a huge, like, into, like, fantasy, comics, comic books, superheroes, all that kind of lore. There's even a point with her where her and Dina come across a convention that was going to take place, and she didn't really understand it. And Dina explained to her that she remembers hearing it was a thing where people who were like fans of that stuff would gather together and like just kind of like enjoy it and celebrate it together. And she said, "Oh, I would have gone to one of those back then." And then she said, "I think we were born in the wrong time period." And I was like, "Ah, we say the same thing, but we actually don't mean it compared to you. You definitely mean it." So that is a collectible, finding like little like cool comic book cards around the game, and for her it's coins. They're forcing us to fucking collect coins, and I'm like, man, that is a really cheap shot way of saying, hey, fuck you, more collectibles. I really don't know where to go. I need a sign! I need a sign! All I see are plants and fine wine. Dude, there were so many good things that were gonna happen this year that COVID was like, fuck you too. And that's the part that sucks most. I've never even heard of the Emerald City Con. What is that? Exactly. The comics, fam. The comics. Oh. Yo, I'm gonna say this right now, Sierra. You and I would be hanging out like a whole fucking lot if you were in Philly. We have the same exact interests, and that's crazy.
They're out there. Yeah. Let's keep moving.
Wait, no, don't jump down. I was gonna try to crawl on the floor and see if she naturally go down the way Ellie does.
God. Remember when we could pass through this area without getting jumped by scars?
No, I don't.
Getting nostalgic about the truce? Easier days, huh?
Too easy. We let our guard down, and they strung up an entire
Oh,
squad.
nice. So I'll be honest. I've heard that isn't that
those kids
a
like our guys.
car?
What would
Because
you
I'm
do?
interested in that kind of stuff, but I don't know fully about it. I had to go down and read. But I could just tell that we're interested in a lot of the
Not our
same
fault
shit.
either. Those deaths
I think
are
there's
all
just
them.
things that you know that I don't know that you are introducing to me, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty fucking cool. I really don't know where I'm going right now.
But it is very quiet out here.
Keep
Yeah, that's what I
keeping
thought it
us
was. I'm like, I think that's like a really famous car model, and I'm like, I think I know what it means, or what it looks like. It has like a sick like muscle car build to it, doesn't it? Ah, it's a
Something's
musician?
blocking the door. Maybe there's another way in.
Maybe this convenient little thingy here. I know what they're gonna make me do. They're gonna make me go through this building and then get to the roof and then bring this down for them, I guess? Is that what you're gonna make me? Please don't make me do that. That means I'll have to be separated and it'll be terrifying. Do I crawl under here? No, I don't.
We need to be on the other side of this fence. Cut through one of the buildings?
Does that work out?
Oh, no, you're good. It sounds
Another
interesting
idea,
though. What kind
maybe?
of music does he or does that band or does she or that band make? I am so lost. Fuck the police coming straight from the underground. Dude, I am befuddled.
I'm at a loss here.
Got a cable up here. Come give me a boost.
Are you fucking serious? How was it? Oh, this fucking game.
Manny, see what's up there.
On it.
You saw that, right? I stared at the cable. I'm like, they're gonna make me get that, but that's too high. So, well, how was I supposed to guess that I'm gonna get Jose to go up there like that? And now he's gonna bring it down. Bring it down, sexy man.
Cable's caught on something.
Well, handle it, please. They're gonna make us go up another way.
There you go. Come on up.
Mel, stay
He's
with
my
Alice.
hero.
I'll try to get that door open.
Yep,
Find you two
and let's
another
go
way
to
in.
separate.
Cool. Be careful.
I'm Rambo, Sylvester Stallone. I'm Super Bill. By the way, have you ever done that? Like rope climbing? That shit can work your goddamn body.
Still no sign of scar.
Oh, well, that is not what you're supposed to do. At all. But we'll do it again. I'm kidding. Oh, you want me to get this and then... Okay, I see what you want me to do. That's so adorable. I gotta check his music out now.
Yeah, it is. There we go.
That's what I was saying too. I wonder how many musicians lost out on good
Okay,
money
Mel.
because of
We're
COVID.
in. I'm at the door.
Thank God, I thought it was gonna be another fucking boss battle. Dude, you gotta try it. It's religious.
Okay,
The experience
come on.
is
Quick.
religious. Look at those gains!
Sure.
We're here.
Yeah, no, and that's what I don't know. It's like one of those things that really suck because it's like I try to like avoid the anxiety of thinking that this could have been a good year to be able to promote music, but I have to realize that it's just an adjustment and I have to go with the flow. And if anything, this might be just a different way of being able to promote music at some point.
Ian's always on the lookout for
You know?
something.
Wait, what is that? Oh, I know that name. That's the desert, right? Yeah. Or isn't that like a canyon? I'm trying to remember these names. Oh no, I'm thinking of Mojave. Mojave. That's where I think I was. So no, tell me what that is.
Manny, don't ever get pregnant.
Doing my best.
Damn, look at me, I'm so cool. I put that goddamn round back in there. Interesting. I completely agree with you. And it's just something to consider and take in with everybody. I for some reason outside of the whole music progression thing, this hasn't really made me depressed or hit me at all because I spend a lot of my time by myself to begin with. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just one of those things that I do. Like I love to interact with people, but simultaneously, like I think music has always been where I have family there, but I haven't gone there yet. Man, well, I gotta look up photos because I was thinking of Mojave, which is in California. But what's it called? As far as like the pandemic, it hasn't really hit me. But I'm happy that it's hit a lot of people because I know a lot of people who they go out all the time and they go on vacations and they just distract themselves from life, from really kind of like looking inward and trying to figure out who they are, and it leaves them in like a state of constant distraction. And by everything stopping this year, it's forced people to stop and look inward. And it's scaring a lot of people because now they're looking at their reflection for the first time in years. Maybe even the first time ever. And I don't know where I'm going. But that's the one thing that I am very happy about what has happened. But again, simultaneously, it's like I'm happy that it hasn't bothered me at all. The only thing I probably miss is like, I don't know, the opportunities, like more or less the options of, hey, if I want to do something, I can go do it. That's it. But apart from that, it hasn't been the same. What do you think has changed about you in 6 months? That's actually an interesting thing. No, not yet. I just realized. No, get me off of this. Oh, please don't. Oh, fuck it. Can I get off of this? I just realized that locked door up there is going to have equipment in it. Yeah, I spend a lot of time with self-reflection. And I am happy that I do that, but simultaneously, like, it forces me to constantly think.
Sorry.
You almost died, pretty lady.
Yeah, crank broke.
What now?
Abby, look.
Please don't do this yet.
Hatch.
Manny, just hang tight. We're gonna find a way up to the roof.
I'm trying to figure out how I can get to that thing.
So, glad you hitched a ride with us.
What has made you change, though? I'm curious.
Why do you think Manny?
But yeah, as you can see from my posts and everything, I spend a lot of time overthinking, unfortunately. Okay, so there's equipment in here, that is for sure. I just need to figure out how to get in here. Usually there's like a window or something. I wonder if that's just a random door. So when you say cultivating your interests, where would those interests fall?
Hey, Mel. Let me boost you up.
Like the interests that you
See if
had
there's
that you
something in
didn't
that
have in the past, or that maybe you didn't focus on that you're focusing on now.
Okay, here we go. Anything?
Excuse me.
One sec. What are you doing? Getting us out of here? Okay, just go slow.
Hell yeah, dude. Like honestly, these are the
pregnant.
kind of the interests
center
that I
of
love. I
Take
love.
your word for it.
My favorite types of conversations are the deeper life conversations and fucking just learning and connecting. I would love to know what your interests are. I would love to know what you
Made it.
feel like you've grown in and as.
What, you're not even
person.
watching? What?
No, I was not watching. Oh, that's the door. Well, fuck this game again. I was excited to think that that was some good shit. And just for no reason. Fuck you, pregnant lady. That's why you get stabbed in the face.
Getting closer to the hatch.
Ooh, a ladder. Oh, that is an alarm. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That's a lamp. That's a big old shippy ship. Okay. Oh.
Hey, smart.
Thanks. It's not like I didn't do that in The Last of Us Part 1. Oh yeah. Can you imagine living in here? A comprehensive history of guerrilla warfare. Oh, I'm about to make parts and equipments and stuff. Time to work on some equipments and stuff. Craft shivs. Sure, why the fuck not? Well, have recently been looking more esoteric parts of the world.
There's a catwalk running to the house.
Can you, because I've heard the word and I feel like a dumbass asking, but can you tell me what that means? Because I don't remember what esoteric means. Oh yeah, man, shivs is like a big part of The Last of Us. Like in the second one, you don't see it really because Ellie has a pocket knife. But in the first one, for Joel to survive against those clickers, you would need shivs. If you didn't have shivs, you'd die. Alright, let's see where we're going with this. What do you think, pregnant dead lady? Do we just alley-oop this shit? No, we don't. Dude, what the fuck? I love platforming when it's done right, and this doesn't feel like it's done right. Sarah, I need your help. Fuck it. I did nothing. Okay, so I don't know where to put the rope of wisdom. And what's esoteric? I'm trying to remember that. I know the name. Not the name, the word. But I can't remember what it means. Wait, can I hear in the back of the head of this? Ah. So, as far as esoteric parts of the world, what would you say you've been looking into?
I've got that rope here. Okay.
Wow, how convenient. Do I use this little crank to I'm so confused. Dude, what the fuck? Help me, Prego! Go. Maybe I take this? How is she gonna get down? Can I just drop it? Dude, I am so confused. Oh, I think I know. would you be willing to share some of those interests with me as far as what Tarot and Kabbalah is? I feel like I've heard that word or phrase or something somewhere.
Nice.
Spider-Man. Let's see if you can do that, Prego. Okay, you can. Well, you got up there a lot faster than me.
Vertigo hitting you hard? Especially when I look down.
If you'd be willing to share that with me, man, I would love to know some of that stuff. Because I don't know anything about that.
There they are.
But as far as magic,
Manny,
I'm not close-minded
right
to the
down.
idea of that.
Okay.
Look.
You still haven't explained my thingy to me. My list word thingy.
You want to get off the roof first?
You were telling me something about
It's kind of hard to imagine you
What
being
was
free
it?
of anything. Not as fearless as you think.
you were explaining something to me.
I could never do the surgery stuff you do.
It was the weekend
You're
thingy.
too freaked out about fucking it up. You think I don't feel the same way? Well, for what it's worth, my dad always said you were his best student.
Oh, did you hear that? Already
No,
best
it's
student. He
weird.
could have been the one to do it, or she could have been the one to do it. I have a lot to explain. If you're up with it, if you're up for it, I don't want to bother you with like the esoteric stuff and the professor stuff, because I don't know if you feel like doing that. But if you're up for it, or whenever you're up for it, I'm so fucking open to listen to it.
About time you two caught up.
Been
Shut
quiet
up.
out here?
Yeah. I don't like it.
Oh, we're almost to the fog.
I know, dude. That makes me almost think about what if Ellie just had a conversation with her and was like,
Find a
"Could you do the
couch,
surgery?"
Watch a movie and drink until I pass out.
Well, that's really stereotypical. Collectibles. Okay, yo, enjoy some food, man. Thank you for joining
Okay,
in.
interesting.
If anything, I'll stop here for the night, and if you want, now, if you're open to this, because it was really fun what we were doing, would you be down to watch, like, whenever you're free again, and we could do this again? And I'll stop here so that way we can leave off on the same note. It's your call.
Anything good?
might be
No,
a
man,
gun
this was
cache right
fun.
here.
I actually had a lot of fun.
I like the sound of that.
You tell me when you're heading off, and I'll stop it. Alright, if anything, again, I don't want to have to schedule you up and be like, tomorrow, but just let me know when your schedule's freed up, and I'll play it again. Yo, thank you, man. I like to think I'm pretty funny.
Guys, down this way.
Oh, wow, this is so
Okay,
exotic.
we'll follow the tracks. That'll get us back on the main
Have a good
road.
night, man. Alright, I'll stop right here for us. Save. Ending stream now. But how do I do that?